Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome back to another meta guide. So we are in the Master League and this is actually going to be a little bit different compared to previous Master Leagues because we had the Kirims dominating since the Univitor, right? But now we have the Zacian and Zamazenta crown forms going to be dominating. Now, you're not going to be able to get these until global. If you went to the in-person ones, you could have them. I have one of them. I have Zacian. If you want to multiples, if you want to more than one, you could have one of each. So it is possible to have both of them on your team, but it's also not guaranteed, obviously. And most people are not going to have both of them on the team just yet until after global hits. But they're both of these are going to absolutely dominate. I'm telling you right now, they're going to dominate. They're going to destroy the Kirin forms that were dominating the meta. So let's go ahead and talk about it for a little bit. So for the S rank, of course, we got Zacian, Zamazenta, both in their crown forms. They have Metal Claw. The moves are slightly different, right? You have like Metal Claw as the fast move. And it's not the greatest move in the game. It's okay, but it's still two of these Pokemon are still absolutely amazing. Despite that, and of course you have like close combat, and then you also have the signature moves: Behemoth Blade, Behemoth Bash. I believe that's what it is. They're both steel moves. And yeah, I mean just powerful moves. Now, unlike the Duskmane, Necrozma, or the Dawn Wings, or like the Kirin forms, I don't believe you could actually TM away these signature moves. So I don't believe you could actually get rid of the signature moves. I think you need them on your Pokemon. So if you wanted to go with a different moveset, I don't think you could do that. You need the signature moves. Something to keep in mind. But they're very powerful, so like why would you TM them away? But I guess, I mean, you might, just because sometimes you do see like Duskmane without like Sunsteel Strike, for example. So it is possible. Anyway, these Pokemon are absolutely powerhouses. So I got a Hundo Zamazenta, but before I got the Hundo, I changed the forms of Zacian, which I had a 98 of. So I have the Zacian crown form and the Zamazenta. I don't have the crown form yet. I'll get that at global. I'm out at Paris. I didn't go to Paris. I didn't go to Japan. I only went to New Jersey for Go Fest. So I only have one of them, but that's totally fine because it's super powerful. Anyway, I talked about these two enough. Let's go ahead and move on to another strong Pokemon, Palkia Origin. Definitely a great pick. Obviously, like Zacian, going to triple resist the Dragon Breath damage, being a fairy and steel type. Zamazenta is going to single resist the Dragon Breath damage, being a steel type and fighting type. But Palkia, obviously it wants to avoid them, but it's still a great Pokemon nonetheless. Solgaleo, oh man, I really wish I had a good one. I've lucky traded for several Cosmog, cannot get a good one, but Fire Fang, now with the steel typing of the crown forms, I feel like this Pokemon just got that much better. So I don't have a good one. I do have the Rare Candy XLs to invest in a good one. I just don't have a good one yet. But maybe with the bottle caps that might be coming during global, they were kind of data mined, maybe I'll be able to push through and get a good Solgaleo or a Hundo even. And then we have Kirin Black. Now Shadow Claw I do think is the way to go probably. This is a powerful Pokemon. Free Shock. I think Iceburn is the other one. I think Kirin Black has Free Shock, and then it also has Fusion. No, it has Fusion Bolt. Yeah, Fusion Bolt, right? So yeah, really powerful Pokemon. Then we have Dawn Wings. Dawn Wings is another really good one. I feel like Duskmane might see a little bit less play just because ground-type Pokemon are going to see a rise. I mean, they were already good. Landorus was already good, right? Viperia. But I think they're even going to become better because of the crown forms. So I do think Duskmane will fall a little bit, and then Dawn Wings will see more usage. Shadow Claw, of course, really powerful, charging up pretty fast. Moongeist Beam, and yeah, just such a pretty good Pokemon, so I'm excited to try this out. Zygarde complete. I use my Zygarde in the Ultra League. You can only get one, but if you have it, it's a powerhouse, and you do want Earthquake on it because it does hit those crown forms, even though the Dragon Tail might be resisted, heavily resisted. At least you have some play because you have Earthquake. Groudon, I think, might see a return with Mudshot because of the crown form, so I do think Mudshot Groudon is going to see a return. Precipice Blades, of course, really powerful move. Fire Punch even, super effective. Both those moves super effective. So I think Groudon will see some play. Lunala actually got Shadow Claw this season, which is really exciting. So another one. Oh man, I need a good Solgaleo and a good Lunala. Good luck to me, right? But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think Lunala is gonna be pretty solid as well. Hopefully, they do like they need to put either Solgaleo and Lunala in raids or put Cosmog in raids or something. We need more. We need access to these Pokemon. And then we have Landorus. Landorus, of course, has always been good. But with the crown forms, I know I keep on referring to the crown forms, Zacian and Zamazenta, but they are going to be that good. I think Landorus is just going to see increased play, even though it already saw a lot of play. Ho-Oh, same reason. I mean, Ho-Oh, of course, is going to do well against those crown forms. So Ho-Oh, even though it fell down a little bit last season, I think it's going to see an increased play this season, especially after Global, once people have Zacian and Zamazenta, or have both of them, because like those two Pokemon, they're not the same Pokemon, right? Like the Necrozma forms or the Kyurem forms, you can only use one because they're the same Pokemon. But Zacian and Zamazenta are different, so you could use both of them on the same team. Think about that. The air rank, we do have Urshifu. I don't remember the exact form. This is the dark version of it, where it has Sucker Punch. So definitely a powerful Pokemon, and definitely one that you would want to use. If you happen to get a good one, I did. I got a decent one, I guess. I don't know if I'll invest in it. Probably not right now. We have the other Palkia. So this Palkia is not as good as the Origin form, so if you have to choose, you got to go with the Origin one. This is mainly for people who don't have a good Origin one or don't have the signature move on the Origin Palkia. But yeah, if you're picking one, you're going for Origin for sure. Duskmane, again, I do think it will see decreased play this season. It's still not bad, so we'll probably see it, but especially after Global, I don't think we'll see it as often. And then we have Meloetta. Meloetta is, oh man, my shiny and my regular are both awful. I'm not building a Meloetta yet. But, you know, I mean, great moves. Obviously, Quick Attack and Psyshock are both great moves. And then we have Tapu Lele. I have 398 Tapu Leles, so this might be something I actually invest in. I do have enough XLs for it. So it does have that Nature of Madness, great move. Astonish, of course, is a great move. It has Psyshock too, right? I think it does have Psyshock. So yeah, I mean, great Pokemon all in all. Metagross actually received a buff this season. Bullet Punch is doing a lot more damage, so it's actually really good this season. So I'm excited to try it out. I have a level 50. I mean, it was good for Master Premier. Now it's going to be really good for the Open Master League. It was still decent, but now it's going to be good. It does have to watch out for those ground types. As I said, I do think we're going to see an increased play in ground type Pokemon like Groudon, Landorus, Rhyperior. They were all really good, especially the Landorus and Rhyperior. I think we'll see them more now, especially double ground teams. So Metagross does have to watch out because of that, but still a pretty good Pokemon. Then we have Kyurem White. I do like the Ice Fang on this. This is the one with Ice Burn, I believe, and then Fusion Flash. So great Pokemon all in all. Rhyperior with the Mud Slap, Breaking Swipe, Rock Wrecker. You know how powerful this is. The Mud Slap damage couldn't be doing a lot to the crown forms. This even beats Palkia Origin in even shields because Breaking Swipe is super effective. Rock Wrecker is a heavy hitting attack. Next up, we have Florges. Ever since Florges got Trailblaze, I've loved Florges. So I think it's a great one. I just think it's going to be better in the Master Premier compared to the Open Master League, especially with the Crown Forms resisting all the attacks. And then moving on to the B rank, we do a Reshiram. You could run Fire Fang. Reshiram does have Fire Fang, I believe, right? Or you could run Dragon Breath on it. Fire Fang might be an interesting take on Reshiram. Then we have Melmetal. Melmetal with the double Iron Bash, pretty spammy move. Not the strongest move in the game, right? But pretty spammy nonetheless. Also has superpower. I've seen it with Thunderbolt, believe it or not. It has Rock Slide too. Maybe Rock Slide this season for Ho-Oh. Just because, as I said, I do think Ho-Oh is going to see an increased play. Lugia has Dragon Tail. Now, Lugia, Sky Attack was nerfed, but it actually got Fly this season. So, Dragon Tail plus Fly plus Aeroblast. I do think it could come back, and I think it will a little bit. But it has a lot to watch out for. Aside from the Crown Forms resisting all the attacks, it also has to watch out for Shadow Claw users, like the Lunala, right? Obviously, that's a Ghost type too. Going to be doing super effective damage towards Lugia, Dawn Wings, Duskmane, like any of those Shadow Claw users, Lugia has to watch out for. Keldeo is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I don't have a good one, but it has Poison Jab, Aqua Jet, of course, we know Aqua Jet is a great move. Sacred Sword is a great move as well. So, great fighting type. I just don't have a good one. But when I battled this last season, I will admit this core broke me a lot of my teams. So, it was definitely difficult to battle against. I didn't see it a whole lot. I saw it a few times, but... yeah, and then we have Dragonite or Shadow Dragonite, probably the Shadow version. Just needs to stay away from the Fairy types like the Crown forms because it really has no play against those, But then we have Marshadow. Marshadow does have Sucker Punch. Pretty good Pokemon if you happen to have gotten a good one. I do like Urshifu with the Sucker Punch a little bit more, but Marshadow could see some play. Xerneas with Geomancy, Moonblast, Close Combat, and then we have Annihilate. So Annihilate... Counter Rage Fist. I like this Pokemon. Counters, it was nerfed a year ago whenever it was nerfed. Not the greatest Pokemon, but, well, not the greatest move, excuse me. But still, I mean, Counter with the Rage Fist is good on Annihilate. Because Annihilate, Rage Fist just gets to it pretty fast. That's why Annihilate is so good. For the other options, we do have Heatran. Don't think that, Magma Storm is a good move, but I don't think this will see a lot of play because of the ground types. And then we have Golden Go. Similar situation. I used it last season and it was okay. Hex, you do get to the moves pretty fast. Hex is a good move. It's not a bad Pokemon. It just needs to avoid some certain matchups. Tapu Bulu, it kind of fell out of the meta. I don't think we'll see this a whole lot. You don't see Kyogre anymore, nowadays. So it's not going to have... It used to incorporate some teams. It will do well if you see, like, the Rhyperior and Landorus and Groudon, which you will. So it could still do well. I guess Groudon, it's kind of not the greatest matchup because of Fire Punch, but the other two, it will do, especially that Rhyperior, it will do well against. But even those matchups, like the Rock Wrecker, you still have to watch out for. You still have to watch out for, obviously, the Stone Edge from Landorus. So it kind of fell out, especially with the Crown forms. Those are going to see so much play, whereas we're going to see less dragons, I think. You might see, like, one dragon on the team compared to, like, double dragon. I don't think we're really going to see double dragon that much. And then we have Zekrom as another dragon type. Dialga Origin. This Pokemon was so good last season, but it has so much to look out for now, right? Besides the Crown forms, it has the Ho-Oh, which I do think we'll see more play. The ground types like Rhyperior and Landorus and Groudon. I don't think Dialga Origin is going to see as much play, unfortunately, but it is a good Pokemon. It's just, I just don't see it. Mewtwo and Giratina Origin both fell out of play because of all the Shadow Claw users. Obviously, Dark types. Evolta with Sucker Punch. So those kind of fell out of the meta. I don't think we'll see these too much, to be honest. And we have Gyarados with Dragon Breath. More so for the, Waterfall, but more so for the, what is it? What am I trying to say here? The Master Premier. Maybe Waterfall Gyarados could see some play because of the Crown forms doing neutral damage there, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. Evolta with Sucker Punch. We might see this one as well. I think, again, it's going to struggle to the Crown forms. Obviously, Sucker Punch is resisted, and you have that Oblivion Wing, which is resisted. So, it's going to fall down a little bit. We have the other Urshifu one. This is the water one with Counter plus Aqua Jet. This would be better if Counter wasn't nerfed, but unfortunately, Counter was nerfed. So, I don't think... I shouldn't say unfortunate. It's a good thing Counter was nerfed, but I don't think this will see as much play. And then we have Zacian, the regular Zacian form. But honestly... why would you run this one when you have the Crown form? In my opinion, the Crown form is just so much better. So I don't see this one being used. And then Kyogre, maybe we'll see a return just because of the ground types that I, as well as Ho-Oh, that I do think we'll see a lot of play. And plus, also against the Crown forms, right? You're resisting the Metal Claw damage. You resist the signature Behemoth, Blade, or Bash. So Kyogre might see a return. We didn't see a lot last season, but it might see a return in play. Moving on to the solid team options. The first team is going to be both Crown forms, Zacian and Zamazenta with Palkia in the lead. Of course, the back line not going to appreciate Ho-Oh or the ground types, but Palkia does. Although Palkia, I will say, obviously, this team's not really going to appreciate the Rhyperior in general. Although the back line does resist Rock Wrecker and Breaking Swipe, so... it's just like the Mud Slap that you have to watch out for. But Palkia, of course, will get shields with Aqua Tail. But yeah, so it could be a solid team. I just don't think a lot of trainers are going to have both the Zacian and Zamazenta forms, unless if you want to multiple go first. If you're lucky enough to be able to do that, then you will. But just wait for Global. And then we have a double ground team with Groudon and Landorus. Obviously, Rhyperior is an option to replace one of these as well. And then I put Zygarde complete in the lead as a dragon type. You could put Palkia Origin, of course. The backline not going to appreciate Kyogre if you happen to see it, or Water Pokemon Primarina maybe. I don't see that being too common. I think Kyogre maybe might make a return. But the dragon type's of course going to be doing well against that Kyogre. Obviously Blizzard will knock out a Zygarde. But, you know, I mean, you can always shield if they charge up for it too. Yeah, and then we're going to move on. We have Zacian Crown form with Rhyperior and Lunala. I do think Rhyperior is a pretty good safe swap in general. So you could use Rhyperior as a safe swap. Although you do kind of have to watch out Landorus. This team is going to struggle to Landorus, right? It is kind of ABA to Landorus. And then Lunala is kind of could fight Landorus. So team will struggle to Landorus. Something to keep in mind. If you want to try Lunala in the lead, you could do that. And maybe lure it out with Zacian Crown form, because I do think it will see a lot of play, the Landorus. And then we have another team. We have Ho-Oh in the lead with Annihilate, as well as Kieran Black with Shadow Claw. So you can safe swap the Kieran Black. You might lure out one of the Zacian forms, and at least you have the Shadow Claw plus the Fusion Bolt. So instead, they're not resisting the Dragon Breath damage, not resisting Shadow Claw, right? Like the Zacian form. So it's not bad in that sense. And then we have another team. We have Meloetta with Zamazenta Crown form. And then Kiram White with Ice Fang. So Meloetta I do like a lot. It's just a Pokemon I would personally like to build if I ever get a good one. And maybe they'll release more in the future. Probably not anytime soon, but... and then we have ABA Ground. So Rhyperior in the lead. Rhyperior I do think is a great lead. The team obviously will get shut down by Kyogre, but again, that's assuming Kyogre comes back, right? We don't know that that's going to happen. Kyogre might not see a lot of play. Obviously, Keldeo might see a little bit more, but you do resist the poison jab damage, so it's you have to shield the Aqua Jets, obviously, right? But anyway, these are the teams I put together. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you plan on playing in the Master League, or will you be playing the Summer Cup that runs alongside it? And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Take care, everyone.